charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pressure going in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Intended for Calvin Ridley. Incomplete. Coverage by Keanu Neal.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1.
6. Saints nothing.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. That is called. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Taking it at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And he's brought down after a very nice game. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down at the 48.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Going up top. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in, going option right. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Will Lutz on for the point after. Makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Saints 7.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's caught in the middle by Hurst. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Zerline now for the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
21, Saints 14. Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
10 at their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to have a Saints first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And again this time to the tailback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throw complete into the flat out left. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Here's the 2nd and 7. He's going to air one out. Double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. These offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
That's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brought down at the 35-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. And heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. First possession completion in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going deep for Diggs. And that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that.
To kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This one fielded at the 5.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now the throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. The option, he'll try and run with it. Oh, he tried to catch it, and the ball's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line.
At the 38-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 35. 32-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 31-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And they'll try to run the option here. They'll run on 1st down. Melton. The 20. And they'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in for the 2 points. So that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal.
Falcons 28, Saints 25.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll go with the option. Coming right. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
32.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
kickoff for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before.
The guy's man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
On 1st down, no. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Brought down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be the Saints' 1st down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there. Now a handoff here to his running back. And all the way down
inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And now here's another interception. Picked up near the 26. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. He'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's first and 10. They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before it's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second and 1 at the 6-yard line.
On second down, Melton. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
At the 6-yard
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been. And that will get the lead up to 14. Just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking down the road.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure, he's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Melton. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Back to throw. offense now.
Thrown away and incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down.
30-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Saints, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the loss drops them back to 4 and 3 so far. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I whipped the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this.
You.
Stars born, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the